My name is Ronnie Cruz, and this is Path of the Network Marketer.
All right, welcome back to the show. In today's episode, we're going to talk about Parkinson's Law and how it can affect your efficiency and therefore your productivity. Now, before we get into all of that, I do want to run a few things by you. The first thing is it is day 97, episode 97. So if you're not already following the show, I encourage you to follow the show, hit the plus sign at the top of the app that you're listening on so that you don't miss anything coming up, right? We're only a few days away from 100. I'm going to be doing a retrospective and just all the other things that are coming down the pipeline, new tools, new resources for you. So you're not going to want to miss any of that. Again, go ahead and hit that plus sign at the top of the app if you're not already following the show. All right, next thing is our Facebook community. Now, if you're not part of that Facebook community yet, come join us. It's facebook.com/group/path of the network marketer. Another resource for you, where you can find support on things that you might be experiencing in your network marketing endeavors, especially as you take your business online. And of course, a place where we can continue these conversations outside of the show, right? Outside of the podcast. So again, it's facebook.com/groups/path of the network marketer. And then the last couple of things are, leave a rating and review if you enjoy this content. If you enjoy the show, I'd really appreciate it, as well as sharing it, right? Take a screen capture and post it on your socials, put it in your stories. You can tag me if you want. It's Cannibal Ron on Instagram, and it's Ronnie Cruz 11 on Facebook. Chances are, well, if you find value in the content in today's episode or any episode that you've listened to, chances are somebody else will find value as well. So, you'll be also doing us a big solid by sharing it and getting the word out to the world. Okay, Parkinson's Law. Parkinson's Law is an adage that states, work expands to fill the time available for its completion. That's according to Wikipedia anyways. Now, I got this idea from the Earn Your Happy podcast with Lori Harder. That is back on December 1st, not too long ago, episode 978. And if you haven't heard that episode, if you haven't listened to Lori's show, go check it out because she is right on the money with this. She talks about compressing your time and getting things done because especially as busy as it is now, right? This time of year, the holiday season, it gets busy for everybody. And so you want to make sure that you're still being efficient and that you're still getting the things done that are the most important to achieving your outcomes and your dreams. Now, for me, Parkinson's Law really speaks to two major things. Number one, it's efficiency, and number two, it's procrastination and our tendency to procrastinate. So if we deal with procrastination first, I think we all have the tendency to put things off because we always think there's more time, right? And that's why it's so important to set a hard target, a hard date, a hard deadline on your goals and the things that you're trying to achieve, because otherwise you're going to always put it off because, again, you think there's more time, right? We just live with that kind of mindset, which is cool. However, you end up not getting anything done, right? So set a hard date, set a hard deadline for your goals, for things that you want to achieve in your life. And this is really why it's important to have shorter term goals and deadlines outside of just your big kind of long-term vision, right? Yes, having long-term vision is important, but having these shorter term goals and deadlines will allow you to actually get some stuff done and start making progress towards that larger vision. Because without it, again, without this structure, you're just going to put things off and you'll never achieve anything. You'll put it off to the very last minute, and then you'll tell yourself, oh, okay, I have more time, so I'll start tomorrow. So setting a hard target, and then I would also encourage you to set a shorter deadline than you're comfortable with, because again, if it's too long, if it's too comfortable, you're going to always believe that you have more time, and therefore you're going to procrastinate, right? If you set a deadline for 3 years, you're going to wait until like the end of that 3 years, and then again, before you know it, that 3 years is here, and you're like, I didn't get anything done. Let me make another goal for another 3 years, right? You'll never achieve anything. And it's not so much that it's the whole point isn't that, okay, I'm going to hit the goal in this short period of time. It's that you're actually going to do the work that it takes to get there. Whether or not you hit the mark by the end of that deadline isn't the point. If you don't, it's okay. You at least will have data to be able to kind of reassess and adjust moving forward, right? And set another, 2-month goal, 3-month goal, something more short term as well, right? So that way you can rinse and repeat and again, make steps so that you can progress towards your bigger term vision. The efficiency standpoint is we've kind of had this conversation in the past before when I talked about your to-do list, right? We talked about to-do lists and how we have the tendency to do the easiest things first and put off the most difficult and most uncomfortable things. And so we have to allot a very, very specific amount of time in your day to do the things that you're most uncomfortable in, uncomfortable with, excuse me. And you know, if it's just an hour a day, if that's all you have, then that's all you have. But as long as you're dedicating that to those things that you have a tendency to want to avoid, right? That allows you to really compress the time and then get it out of the way, because then after you get it out of the way, you can enjoy the rest of your day, right? You can enjoy the rest of your day. But if you don't do it, again, what happens is, if you don't allot this time, if you don't block off a specific amount of time for these most uncomfortable and difficult things, you're gonna save them for the end. You're gonna do everything else because everything else is easier to do, and then you'll find yourself at the end of your day not having any more time to do those things that actually mattered, right? And you lose all efficiency. You get a bunch of stuff done, and none of that stuff would have mattered because you ignored the 3 or 4 most important things. So allot a space and time, a piece of time in your day, like even if it's an hour, you know, half an hour, whatever it might be, whatever time you have, make sure you dedicate that time specifically to the most important and the most difficult and uncomfortable things that you're facing in your list, in your to-do list, that will help move the needle closer to your goals. Again, it's all about that long-term vision and taking these little steps and being really, really structured with your time in order to make the progress to get there. So Parkinson's law, put it into effect. Get more efficient. Stop procrastinating with your goals and with your dreams. And yeah, just get to work. Just get to work. Use Parkinson's law to help you stay on top of yourself and doing the things that you need to do to achieve the dream life, right? To achieve everything that you want to achieve in your business and in your marketing. So that's it for today. Hopefully that makes sense. Tune in tomorrow with another fresh episode. So until then, be well, be safe. We'll see you in the next episode.